What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of MUT Tips. I'm your host, Sean Taylor from the Made Up Theater. And before we jump in, make sure to like the video, comment with something you would like addressed in a future video, and as always, subscribe on YouTube to be informed of upcoming videos and live streams. Ring that bell. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic, the improv game of expectation versus reality. This is a short-form improv game created by Made Up Theater co-owner Bobby August Jr. Here's his headshot, here is him on the TV show Chance, and here's him in NBA 2K16. Now, this is a game very similar to like a World's Worst, where there's just brief step-out scenes based on a suggestion where you will show the expectation of something and the reality of something. The suggestion could be a number of things. It could be an event, it could be, an object that you might give or receive as a gift. It could be an activity, anything you want. But you're gonna show a fantasy situation, which is the expectation, something usually more wholesome, positive, beneficial to somebody, and then the reality, which would just be kind of like an opposite scenario that might, bring about like embarrassment, awkwardness, or just showing an extreme polar opposite of what the expectation was. To show you how it works, here is an example from one of our past shows. Expectation!
Thank you for the present. It's so lovely. I'm gonna use it every night.
Reality!
Hey, there's a little hidden camera in here.
The idea of expectation versus reality is a very common comedy element. You see it a lot in TV shows, commercials, internet memes, because we as humans can immediately identify with just that, that need for perfection. We draft out scenarios in our mind that are very fantasy-based. Or like we do a job interview and we're like, yeah, we're gonna nail it, ask all the right questions. And then when it gets down to the reality of the situation, anxiety comes out, you stutter over your words, you accidentally insult the boss's wife, all that stuff just starts to come out, and we as imperfect people who strive for perfection can immediately identify with that. A good example is from The Simpsons, where Homer's trying to build an outdoor grill, and it looks like he's doing a really sloppy job as he's trying to struggle to put it together on his own, and then it shows the completed structure, and it looks really beautiful, but then it's panned out, and it shows that that was just a picture, and his grill that he has created looks like crap. The way to be successful with this game is through the commitment to the delivery of both the expectation and reality scenarios, okay? So I encourage you, for both of them, be a little hyperbolic, especially for expectation, because expectation, again, is a fantasy situation. It is a perfect scenario that will not come to pass. A great example of this is in the TV show Doug. Doug always escaped into his mind because that was his escape from reality. In all the fantasy situations, it always just worked out perfectly. And for reality, just like expectation, it does help to be a little more hyperbolic and go a little bit more over the top. Here's another example from a previous show where the suggestion was gym.
Expectation!
Wow, I worked out really hard just now. I want to be safe for everybody.
Reality.
Just like all other games, like joke-telling games or step-out scenes, it's gonna be over before you know it, so sell it, okay? Try out different ways to play this game, being hyperbolic, but also maybe being a little bit more based in reality, play around with opposites, play around with similarities too. Like your expectation and reality, they might be the same thing sometimes, or just slightly tweaked. That can create comedy too, by subverting expectations where the audience thinks, oh, they're gonna do polar opposites, but all of a sudden, whoa, you do something more similarity based. So try out different things, play this with your group, with your class, and have some fun with expectations versus reality. And that concludes this episode of MUT Tips, everybody. Thank you so much for checking it out. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell on YouTube, especially because we got some fun streams happening this week on Thursday and Friday. Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're doing a MUTcast reunion, free on YouTube. Also, Saturday nights, January 23rd, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, is our 10-year anniversary celebration, our official show. Go to madeuptheater.com to grab your ticket. Other than that, I'll see you next time for another episode of MUT Tips. Bye!